Okay, so I'm gluing on my blue cover here. I guess I didn't have this in here secure enough, so it's broken when inside there. There's no possible way for me to pull that out so I can re-glue it and set it in there, so I'll try. Got a big glue stick here. This should hopefully it'll leave the surface of my lens undamaged, because I was smart enough to put the painted side on the inside. So I'm just hoping this will stick firmly enough that I can maybe pull that out a little bit, enough to just reset it and re-glue it. It's a tight fit, so it doesn't really want to get in and out of there too well. I was able to grab it before with these smooth pliers by grabbing the LED that's in there, but once I put this cover on, that was out of the question. Okay, so it looks like this worked almost. Okay, got that back out to where I want it. But now I can't tell which way it's oriented because of the way that I carved out the inside. So it's gonna look weird if I glue that in place and then my LED is not in there straight, because it does have a direction to it. I wonder if I'll be able to see it if I hook the lights up. Okay, you can't see it on camera, but I can sort of see the orientation of it. I can just twist it a little. Well, good news is it didn't damage the surface. It's not quite perfectly straight. That's a shame. I'll try sticking this on one more time. Well, it's not budging now. At least it's in the right location, the right angle. It's just slightly askew. looks like I'll have to live with it like that. Well, speaking of living with stuff, you guys are gonna have to live with me for the next half an hour. Welcome to Trek Mods. Well, that doesn't make me happy at all. Okay, shipheads, welcome back to Trek Mods. It's a ship show here on YouTube. I got my Excelsior refit here. You saw what I was saying in the intro. I gotta fix that. I was thinking about just fixing it and not recording this and just editing it together, but I don't want to try to falsely portray myself as this unfallible modeler that's doing everything perfect and not making any mistakes. This is part of what we're doing here, and it happens to everybody. So I just want to try to share what I'm going through here. So I think my best bet for this is to try to drill a hole through that, and then maybe I can get in there and sort of pick it out. There's a lot of room inside here. It's like a big cone. So if I can get a hole through this, maybe I can score it with my blade. That's what I'll try and do. I'll score it with my blade, and then it could easily crack. I don't know if we're going to see this. I think we're in frame. I need to put something under the back end of the ship here so it doesn't bend itself in half. Okay, got the old guitar block under there. Maybe I'll just switch that around. That's better. Okay, so I've scored that into quadrants. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab a screw. Alright, found a drywall screw. Nice and pointy. Ooh, where's my drill? Alright, I'll do the old school way. We'll do this olden school. I don't want to push too hard because I don't want it to crack inwards. I just want to get a bite with the screw and then try to pull it out. They're pretty good. Ha! Okay. That came out easier than I thought. I knew I didn't have much glue in there, just barely a drop. So I want this out. All right, I got my guitar block here that I used for painting my little lenses. The transparent blue. Whoops. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, try that again. This translucent paint has like a rubbery quality to it. It's like a high amount of latex. So I'm just gonna put 2 little drops. And I'm gonna grab these. I can just sort of pick it up by the edge here. Try to move this around until it fills the whole thing. So what I'm trying to do is get these 2 drops to spread out, coat the whole thing, and then kind of self-level. Same way they do those epoxy resin countertops and floors. Same idea. Pour the stuff down, it evens itself out. Okay, well, I went through all of that so that I could do this. You can see how that detail in there isn't just a round circle, like it's kind of shaped like a TV. It's hard to see with the light off. Alright, we can see in there now. So we can see that detail in the center that I drilled into the LED. I wanted that to be horizontal. And when I repositioned my light there, the deflector dish, I didn't get it perfect, so I had to crack that lens off. Plus the lens was messed from using the glue to reposition it, but I've repainted it. Looks good. Just gotta wait for that to dry. I'll be popping it in there. Getting some masking done for to the top of the saucer. So I'm gonna just gotta mask off the bridge part here, and then I'm gonna spray that down again with the base coat. That's getting some cool light just from what's here. I think when I put a light in, I'm gonna not put it too close, so I like the way it looks, kind of dim down a bit like that. Alright, kind of a big time jump, but here we go. This part's not glued down yet. I'm gonna do that, but as I was watching the live stream last night, I got all this masking done. Got the rest of the lights in there. Let's just check it out. It's all masked off, but I can still see through it. Alright, you can see the sides, you can see through the tape a bit. So I want to get this top of the saucer attached, secured into position. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. Doesn't give you much surface here. I guess I have to put the glue on this edge. Well, here goes. Put some across here. So fail. Should have thought of that. Didn't leave enough room, I guess, for some of these lights. Yeah, try to just grind them down a little bit. Okay, I should probably make sure they all still work. Okay. Try this again, see if it fits better. Okay, well, that's a shame. This won't go. I wonder if I can maybe take some material out of the inside here. Because I can't carve those lights down anymore. They won't work if I carve through one of the wires. Okay, I know this isn't a great idea, but how bad would it be if I put it on like this and then maybe just fill this in with the putty, smooth it out, so instead of having a sharp edge there, we'll have kind of a rounded over edge. Okay, so I did that. I just glued it down, and I went to see my daughter, and I stole a piece of 3D pen filament. Got the darkest one. I'm just gonna put it around like that. And I'm gonna file it smooth. I'm gonna call it a day. That actually looks like it's gonna work out pretty well. Looks like that'll do nice. Let me turn this light on. More light. I don't even have to paint it. I will. Or will I? Yes, I will. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this strand of plastic filament on here. Fill in that awful gap. Due to my inexperience and not planning ahead, I didn't take into account how far in the bottom part of the saucer goes into the top part of the saucer. So I did not leave enough room for my lights. I felt like it would be too messy to carve those out. Try to carve some little divots for the lights to sit into. So I'm just going to patch up the gap with this. I'm gonna replace all these little masks. I messed them up just by handling it to try and do this. Okay, I'm gonna start here. Actually not bad. I wish I had thought of this in the first place instead of having to do it to save face. I'd feel like less of an idiot if I had. That's actually not bad. It gives it a bit more of a rounded over profile. Not so sharp. I'm gonna file this down nice and smooth. I'll plug it in and check it for light leaks. But I think I may have saved it. So I'm just filing away this 3D pen filament here. Going for a nice beveled edge. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to file it up to the edge of each piece of the saucer there. And that's going to trim me that nice kind of 45-degree angle. It's working pretty good so far around here. So I'm just going to keep doing that until it's done. Get it nice and smooth. So I can kind of feel the difference when I hit the edge. I don't want to file into the other edge and make it uneven. I only want to file up to it. So I might have to go in with a little bit of the Vallejo crapola there. Fill in those, not much of a gap. I could probably just file it away. Alright, just gonna keep doing that till it's done. So, thought this was gonna be terrible. It actually turned out better than I expected. I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and even all the way around. Kind of just changes that edge a little bit. Gives it less of a sharp profile. I'm happy with that. If I ever do another Excelsior, maybe I'll do that again. I rather like that. Another thing I would do is put this saucer back. I like the way that looked too. Okay. Because I've been handling this, gotta fix these masks here. Should have been painted by now, but this has been on here for a couple of days now. I don't know if I can burnish it back down. I think I'll just replace it. Just redo all those. Then I'm gonna paint this thing. Well, that's not bad. Not bad. I always felt that was a little too sharp anyways. Alright, so good friend of mine who happens to also watch the videos, he's into making model cars and stuff like that. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he brought me some stuff to use, mainly this Badger compressor here. That's what I had before. These little handheld rechargeable pumps. You know, it does what it says it does. I'm gonna try this. I gotta spray the base coat. Oh, geez, it's heavy. He also brought me this to use. This airbrush here. I feel like I got no business using this. I really got no business using that either. But not really too much I can do to wreck that. I'm gonna stick with one of my cheesy cheapo airbrushes that I've been using. And let's see what we got here. Okay. I'll try. I haven't tried this one yet. It's a little better than the one I had before. And it's not going to come out of there. There we go. I like the trigger action on this one. Okay, that comes off. So I should be able to hook this up to that compressor. Oh, look at that there. It's pretty quiet. Okay, so that obviously does not go in there. What's this one? Okay. This hose will go on this one. But the compressor has this. Half-inch fitting. That's too small for this adapter. So this one goes like that. Okay, I gotta try to find some kind of adapter to adapt it to this size. And it ain't this one. So I don't want to use this. I do want to use this, but I'm afraid to. Okay, well, couldn't find any sort of adapter that'll work. So I won't be able to use that really good compressor. Looks like it's Old Faithful here for me. I mean, it does the job. I got no business using that stuff anyways. So I'm just gonna figure out my paint situation. Here's what's left of my gray that I used to paint it. Frickin' bird. Seriously? Okay, so I mixed a little bit of that obsidian and a little bit of white pearl into my very, very thin gray because it was a little too thin. Here's what I got. I wanted it to be a little darker than it was. Maybe not that dark. That's quite a bit darker, I think. Looks darker on camera because of the glare, I guess. Still a little darker than I want. A little more white. Okay, I think that's not bad. Hey! Alright, here we go. So I'm left with a little gap right under my impulse engines because of the way that I put that top on. I can put putty in there, but then I can't clean it up. So I got a piece of the filament that I used around the edge here. So I'm just gonna glue that into here. Throw a little paint on. Got a tiny brush I can get in there with. That'll like block that off. Okay, there she is. Starfleet's red-headed stepchild. The Excelsior. I'm just gonna turn the lights down a bit. Get a bit of a look at it. Still a few things to do. Got to put in all my little lenses. Here and here. Here and here. All around. A couple down there. Tailpiece. So there's that. Do with a little, I'll run some paint in there. See if I can fill that gap in. Bit of light leak in there. No light leaks on the edge of my saucer. You know, it's a little rough here. I could have spent more time finishing it up prettier. But I've been working on this thing for so long. And it's just that I have ideas for my next project. See if we can get into that shuttle bay. Look at that. Look at that. The tiny little shuttles. They're so tiny. This little shuttle here. So small. That wasn't easy to paint. Looks a little rough when you look at it up close. But we're not going to look at it up close. It's working though. It's on. Got the fiber optic there. The idea was that would look like a, you know, the little plasma trail or whatever coming off. It's not bad. I wanted to put something there just to split the blue from the red, like a little cover detail piece or something, but I never got to it. Like I said, I still got a little touch-ups, a little paint bleed right there I'll have to clean up. And I gotta sort out my wiring and put this baby on a stand. But we do have a starship. I promised you guys it would be a starship in the next video. And it is. So I'll do one more. Let's look at the look at that. That's pretty cool. I got some fiber optics I'm going to put in there. Probably do orange ones like I did for that detail in the middle there. My impulse engines could be brighter, but what are you gonna do? There we go. Now we can really see it. So yeah, I got that orange one right there. Looks pretty cool. I think that's what I'll do here. Put orange ones. Got red ones there. Hard to see it though. You gotta really get it at the right angle. There we go, we can see it. The deflector dish sort of washes it out. Looks like I'll need another coat or two on the RCS thrusters. Now let's check the decals. I gotta put the decals on this too, and I think there's decals for the thrusters, but they're not gonna help with light blocking. I'll have to put a little more paint on that. Okay guys, thank you so much for sticking around, seeing this through to the end. I'm gonna do one more video where I put all the little lenses in, and I'm gonna put the decals on, and then we'll send her up into space and see what it looks like in space. Thanks for watching Trek Mods, you guys. You'll see me next time.